Hi, it's Dave Flood from NHSeacoast.tv here at the Whittemore Center at UNH for the annual Seacoast Home and Garden Show. We're very excited to be here. It's a great turnout so far. A lot of people coming to see all the different vendors who do from home improvement to gardening. So it's a great opportunity for people to come and see what businesses provide these services to the local community. So what do you think of this year's Seacoast Home and Garden Show?
Well, I'm really impressed with the way some of the vendors have set up right here behind you. I mean, it seems like they've spent days to set up this kind of masonry and ponds and floral arrangements. It's crazy for a show. That's a lot of work, but it's impressive.
I'm here at the UGrow booth with Guy, the inventor of this fantastic contraption. So how'd you get the idea for this?
I think it was about 5-6 years ago when fuel prices went up for the first time, when they skyrocketed. We were ordering in different hydroponic systems to grow on the farm, and it was costing us more for shipping than it was for the system itself. So I just started to work on something that would work for us that I could make myself. We're in the Lakes region, so people would be coming up for summer vacation and they'd see it on the farm and ask me, well, we're leaving next Saturday, can we take one with us? So I'd make one up for them, and that's kind of how this evolved into us making it. Hydroponics is absence of soil with water, so we grow in coconut fiber. And the reason why you should have this in your backyard is you can get 30 plants in a 3-foot by 3-foot area, no weeding, no rototilling. All you got to do is make sure that the nutrient pail right here stays full of nutrients. Set your timer for 3 1-minute feedings a day, and just walk away after you plant, and you're good.
And you guys have a website, right?
garden.com.
But Guy, thank you very much for letting us see the UGrow system. So I'm with Deb from Simply Canola. She's going to show us how she makes these fantastic canolas. Everybody's raving about it at the Seacoast Home and Garden Show. So Deb, tell us what you do.
Well, first of all, we take a twist on a traditional cannoli. The Italians say, don't mess with my cannoli. It's all about the cream. And what we do is, if you want a traditional cannoli, that's fine, but we can inject a little bit of caramel in it, a little bit of Bavarian cream, a little strawberry mousse, or apple walnut ricotta. It all
Oh my
good.
gosh.
It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, show us how you do it.
All right, so what we'll do is we'll do an apple walnut, we'll do a traditional, and we'll do a Bavarian caramel. Okay? So,
I get the Bavarian caramel.
okay.
Oh, now we're fighting over it.
Yeah, of course you would be. So, all right, so this is the apple. We put the little bit of the apple into the cannoli, and then in goes the traditional cannoli caramel in the apple. Okay, we'll do a little caramel in the apple. Yep. So this is like surgery. And throw some cannoli cream on top of it. Then we're going to go with some walnuts, and then throw a little bit of powdered sugar on it, and wow, there's one done. Okay, next one we'll do is a Bavarian cream.
I like the sound of that already. Bavarian cream.
But yeah, but I can't even say it. Barbarian. I've had kids come up and say, give me the barbarian. So a little Bavarian cream, and would you like any walnuts or chocolate chips on it?
Chocolate chips sounds fantastic.
Chocolate chips. So look at this, all these chocolate chips. And the last one's going to be a traditional. Yep. So one traditional coming up. Now, who's our traditional Italian? The cameraman?
Camera guy.
All right. Are you a pistachio boy, or are you a chocolate chip guy?
Pistachio.
Pistachios.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So let's load it up with some pistachios, a little bit of powdered sugar, and there you go. There's your
Beautiful.
traditional and twisted cannolis. Okay.
So I'm here with Carrie Barron, who is the organizer of the Seacoast Home and Garden Show. This is the 19th annual Seacoast Home and Garden Show, and we've got a great turnout this year.
It's been wonderful. The attendance has been amazing. It's been packed all day.
And we have Meet the Chefs upstairs. We have a new thing. We've got saunas, or it was hot tubs on the floor, and I saw they've got beer and wine down on the floor. This is a first.
Yes, it is the first. We now have a bar. You can have a cocktail and enjoy the show. It's been really great, and people are loving it.
So tell me, is it a lot of new companies this year?
We have a lot of new companies this year. We have really tried to switch it up. We did a partnership with the Green Alliance in Portsmouth, and we have a lot of green businesses, which is great.
Well, we have gotten a chance to walk around the whole show. We've been upstairs, downstairs on the floor, and I was amazed at how many people showed up. Obviously, people are probably really tired of winter and they're ready to see some spring.
Oh, people definitely are. We started to have a garden marketplace this year and gardening seminars, so that's really brought people out that are getting ready to do things in their yard and think spring.
Well, thanks, Carrie, for taking the time to talk with us, but we're excited. We'll be back again next year.
Okay, thank you.
How'd you get started with this?
I started ages ago when I was 13 doing stonework just in my yard, and then I love doing stonework. And the brick ovens began about 5 years ago when most of my friends were talking about getting a real brick oven because they like to bake, and I had all the tools and materials. I made one myself, and since then people have been wanting me to make them. The wood-fired bakeries go back thousands of years, and the ones that I build are domes, which are modeled after the ones that you can still see in the excavated Pompeii, Italy. They're incredibly efficient. The way I build them, they're built out of fire brick, so they should last hundreds of years. They're well insulated, so they hold the fire. You can cook 2 days later, the oven's hot enough to cook in. But this was off of a colonial home that had a screen porch, and we wanted to match the way in which the rest of the home looked.
And then you get a nice outdoor one here.
But this was built in Ventura, California, and that's the place where the weather is so perfect. You can have an outdoor oven. Each one is custom built to the tastes and desires of the owner, and so we take it from step one.
So that's the guarantee that you're going to get exactly what you want.
Not only exactly what you want, you're going to get it so custom made to you that you will feel like it's always been there. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Very cool. Very nice work. Beautiful work.
Thank you very much.
Well, we made our way over to the Easy Bike section of the New Hampshire Seacoast Home and Garden Show with Tom. These bikes are awesome.
And absolutely phenomenal. Thanks, Dave. What makes this bike new or exciting in this area here is that they're electric bicycles. A lot of people want to ride a bike, but they find the hills, the wind, prohibits a little bit there, so they don't get to go out and ride a bike as often as they like. So we've come out with an electric bicycle. They've been around for years and years and years in other countries. Over in Europe and China, they've been riding these bikes. They're just all over Italy. I mean, all the time we have people come in and they say that they were overseas and they see these electric bikes. But to give you a little idea how the bike works, this is an easy pedaler. It has regular pedals so that you can ride the bike like you would any other bike. It's, you know, just normal, very smooth. And then it has a motor on the front. And with the motor, you can, and that will allow you to get up the hills. It will take you into the wind, and it just pulls you up there. So it makes biking, hence the name, easy, a little bit easier. Right now it seems like a lot of people will just go a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles down the road in their automobile. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You can just get on one of these bikes, go downtown, or if you're under 10 miles, you can ride it to work. They just go right along there. 20 miles an hour. There's no license, no registration needed, and they're just a wonderful product. It runs on a battery.
How long does the battery last?
The battery will go about 30 to 35 miles on a charge.
And how long does it take to charge?
4 hours.
That's not bad at all. And you get all sorts of different styles, right?
We have many different models. We have beachcomber bikes. We have step-through bikes, which is our most popular. We have a fold-in bike, which we do a lot with motorhomes, boats, airplanes. Just easy bikes. You can actually bring them on a train as well. There's a spot for you to put them on a train. As I'm here at UNH there, I see the buses actually have racks now on the front of the buses, so the students or faculty members can put bikes on top of those and take them with them. So you're seeing more and more bikes, and I guess in Portsmouth right now they're developing some new ways to park bikes, putting more bike racks up throughout the city and stuff. So it's coming more and more and more. People are going to start to ride these bicycles.
Yeah, I've had a great time riding around. They're just a lot of fun, and surprisingly, they are fast. They get great pickup.
Oh, absolutely. The electric motor has a tremendous amount of torque, so take anybody right up any major hill that's around this area with ease. They really are. They're just something here. A lot of people, again, like they say, one family member might ride a bike and the other one doesn't, so now they get an electric bike and they can ride together.
And you can go have a picnic.
You can go have a picnic. They got a great bell. You can put all kinds of accessories, racks on the back of the bikes. We have mountain bike versions. Like I say, there's just a huge selection of bikes at our location, the 61 Epton Road, next to the New Hampshire.
You guys have a website?
we do. It's www.easybikesandscooters.com.
You got to check them out online.
And it's very clever here, Dave. If you'd like to, you can try on some goggles there, you know. And,
I think I should try the goggles.
that's right. We'll want to get his picture now. There you go. Huh? Unbelievable.
You know what? And this is aerodynamic too, so I'm going to be able to, you know, really get up some speed.
That'll be 37 miles.
37 miles per hour on the Vespa. Whoa! Wow, I'm ready to go. You gotta put me on the road. This is why I get paid the big bucks, people. Toot the horn. Oh God, this is fantastic. Easy Bikes. Get yours today. So I'm here with Courtney Brooks.
Community Outreach Coordinator for the New Hampshire SPCA. And we're here with Dallas, the Greyhound, Johanna, the Dachshund, and then behind me we have Stephen, the English Spot Rabbit. And these guys, Dallas and Stephen, are all up for adoption.
They're so cute. Look, are you having fun at the New Hampshire Seacoast Home Garden Show?
Seacoast Garden Show.
So tell us a little bit about the New Hampshire SPCA and what you guys are doing.
So the New Hampshire SPCA is a community resource center. We, of course, focus on adoption of companion animals. That includes dogs, cats, horses, rabbits, small animals. Anything that is termed a companion animal, we help, and that's all over the greater Seacoast area. So southern Maine, Massachusetts, and Seacoast, New Hampshire. We also offer birthday parties in our Humane Education Department. We have behavior and training classes. We have lots of events that go on at the SPCA. We also hold rabies clinics, microchip clinics, and low-cost spay and neutering clinics.
Do you guys have a website?
Yes, we sure do. Our website is nhspca.org.
How do people get involved?
So we depend entirely on volunteers to help us do what we do. We care for more than 3,000 homeless or neglected animals every single year, and we depend on volunteers to either donate their time or donate food, blankets, etc. If you would like to be involved in becoming a volunteer, just contact our volunteer coordinator. You can find that information on the website. You just go through an hour orientation and then you're set up to volunteer. And you can volunteer in any capacity. You don't necessarily have to be involved in direct animal care. You could also help us in our marketing efforts by mailings, etc. So there's all sorts of opportunities to volunteer.
New Hampshire SPCA. Get involved, go to their website. So I'm here with Jeff from Studley's Florist in Rochester, New Hampshire. You guys came all the way down to Durham to enjoy, obviously this is just like spring here. We've had horrible weather here. It's spring.
Like spring every day where I work. So I get to wander the greenhouses, some of these cut flowers we've grown here ourselves. And yeah, well, all the green and blooming plants, a lot of them we grow ourselves, and yeah, it's always spring at Studley's. So,
now, what are you kind of things that you have here today at the show for people to see?
We've got a big selection of house plants that we grow. We grow over about 100 varieties of small house plants. So I brought a sampling of those to show here. Some pansies that we grow ourselves. I've got some other blooming plants. We've got seeds. Succulents are really big this year. So we've got some big variety of different succulent plants, and I've got some combination planters. They work really well if you're terrible at watering, so they tolerate drought a lot better than most plants outside in the summer months.
I'm like that. I forget to water.
That's why I looked at you when I said it.
You know all too well. But of course, you guys are a big florist too, right?
Yeah, definitely. We're primarily a flower shop, so we are able to grow some of the cut flowers that we use at our own greenhouse, and yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that you do landscaping as well, you know, this whole big landscaping service.
Certainly, we're a full-service landscape. We specialize in custom residential. We also do irrigation services, and we're expanding our lawn service this year, so fertilization and lawn care.
Well, thank you very much, Jeff. Can you tell us your website so people who didn't get a chance to come down here to the Seacoast Home Garden Show, they can go online?
Sure. StudleyFlowerGardens.com is the best way to find more information about us. I've got inventories of our plant varieties that we carry in the garden center. You can also order fresh flowers for your loved ones right there on the website, too. So it's a good resource.
Great. Thanks, Jeff. So I'm here with Keith Lemarie's from Taste of the Seacoast magazine, a good friend of mine. You're here at the Seacoast Home and Garden Show. He's having a great time?
I'm having a great time. It's a long day, but it's a good day. We've had plenty of traffic, and I've been running around between the Taste of the Seacoast booth we have here, coastal home down on the floor, and the cooking demos that we're doing upstairs and then near the skybox.
Of course, we got a chance to go upstairs and sample some of that food. It's just great up there.
Oh, it's excellent. I was just up there in the meat house. They're grilling some great tips and vegetables and things, and then they invited people back for seconds, which was right up my alley.
The meat house, seconds? Oh, I'm all in on that.
No, it was great, and there's a few more coming today, and we have them all day tomorrow, too. We really want people to come here for the Home and Garden Show, but we want them to come here for Meet the Chefs, discover chefs, discover what restaurants are serving, see how they serve it, get some new recipes, and taste some great food.
Well, Keith has a great website. You got to check it out. It's Taste Magazine, right?
It's tasteoftheseacoast.com, and we've got stories about people in the magazine and recipes and the chef profiles, and we also have always been doing this, taste dining out deals, and we do gift certificates at half price.
Wow. So check out their website. Keith, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice to see you.
Enforcement, New Hampshire, 10 Market Square. We're going to make a couple of dishes today. I hope to be able to get at least one of them out fast enough so that you can have something to eat. But in the meantime, we'll get started. Well, I'll get started.
Yeah, can I get one of those?
No, you can't get one. I have to make sure it's all right. So what we're going to do today first is make a roux. In the recipes that I have on the back table, I don't tell you how to make a roux. A roux is 50% fat. I mean, 1-to-1 fat to flour. Okay, you can use butter, you can use lard, you can use whatever you want, margarine, doesn't matter. And you just need to have the same amount of weight. It's all by weight. Problem with that is at home, you have a cup measure for your flour. So a full heaping cup of flour, without shaking it down too much, is about 4 or 5 ounces. So if you use a stick of butter, that's 4 ounces. Full good cup of flour, that's 4 or 5 ounces. That should make you a good roux. And a roux is just used, again, it's just 1-to-1. But you're dealing with weight here, and then you're dealing with volume at home with your cup measure. So I've got about a cup here that I've pre-measured. And you don't have to be too crazy about it. Just put it in and cook it. And while that's going, I'm going to get some cream on. I'm going to use light cream to start. Don't get worried about the fat and all that other stuff. It's just, you're not going to be eating this every day. It's okay to do it once in a while. We're just going to make a simple cheese bechamel and go from there. If you have any questions, just raise your hand and I'll be glad to answer them anytime throughout the whole situation.
I have a question.
You have a question?
Can you use cornstarch as well?
Well, no. If you use cornstarch, it's called a slurry. Okay? So if you use cornstarch, you mix it with cold water, that's called a slurry. This is a roux. This stuff will last for 3 weeks in your refrigerator. You don't have to worry about it. It'll last for 2 weeks on the counter. There's no water in it, so nothing can grow. Okay? So you can put it in the refrigerator or you can leave it on the counter. Just cover it. There's no water there. Bacteria needs water to grow. It's not going to happen. It's got fat and flour. So you can use cornstarch for certain things. Cornstarch, when you use cornstarch, again, it's a slurry, and cornstarch doesn't turn the sauce opaque. Not that we have to worry about that with milk or cream, but if you have a clear sauce and you use cornstarch, it'll come up nice and shiny and sort of clear. You'll be able to almost see through it. If you use a roux, it's going to get thick, cloudy, and dark, and you won't be able to see through it. So that's the difference, really. But yeah, cornstarch is an okay thickener. I don't use it. In Asian cuisine, they use a lot of cornstarch. Depends on what you're looking for from your recipe. Anybody seen? You're all about my age or thereabouts. Have you seen Joe Walsh's new album called Analog Man? Well, this is all digital, and I'm an analog guy. So we have an immediate problem. So what we're going to do, let that bechamel go, get our cream going. I'm going to get my mushrooms and my shallots ready for the poached egg. Now, you're not going to find shallots like those in the store. Okay? That's almost not a shallot. It's almost an onion. But they're usable. We use them. We go through about 1.5 gallons of these. If you can picture a gallon jug, about 1.5 gallons a week. So we use shallots an awful lot in our cooking. But you can't, don't substitute an onion for this. Don't substitute leeks for it. Don't substitute anything for it, okay? You need, the profile of a shallot is different than that of an onion or a leek. It's a little bit milder, same family and all that, but you know, you just shouldn't change it. In fact, this entire recipe, if you take the recipes home, on the mushroom recipe, don't change anything, okay? I rarely say that, and I don't really cook like that, but for this recipe, no substitutions, okay? The other recipe, the tomato recipe, when we get there, I'll tell you how you can substitute all kinds of stuff for that, make it a little bit better, make it a little bit different. You can make it vegetarian, you can do whatever you want. Everybody still hearing me okay? Okay. Again, digital guide. Sure. Well, you probably can, but the shallot is just a lot milder flavor than an onion. And I think it has a different, almost more garlicky taste to it, because they're all somehow related. You know, leeks and onions, shallots. For this one, I prefer the mildness of the shallot. So I would say they don't cost that, you know, they're not that much. Usually when you get them in the store, they're in the little boxes, and you get like 2 shallots or 2.5 or 3 shallots, which just be plenty. I mean, I brought 6 of these guys. I obviously don't need that much. We just don't need that much for this recipe. Got that going. And again, don't skimp on the butter for this recipe. No skimp. You know, this particular recipe, this mushroom and leek poached egg, you know, you eat this every day, you're gonna have a coronary in about a week. So it's kind of a brunch, you know, you have somebody over, or if you have a dinner party, or if you have brunch or whatever, or you just want to sort of fancy it up some weekend, it's great. But other than that, you can't eat it every day. It's great, it's tasty, it's wonderful, but you can't do it every day. So I have some mushroom.
Would you like me to discuss any of the wines that you...
No, well, with the mushrooms and leeks, I mean, with the mushroom and poached egg, I'd say white wine, Sauvignon Blanc, something dry, or champagne. I know there's somebody out there who drinks champagne.
Champagne
with
always.
It. Champagne's a good.
Champagne with anything.
Champagne with you, yeah. Eric will drink champagne. And with the tomato, I have a Pinot Noir here, which is fine. Or something, I like Rhones. I like Burgundies and Rhones, so I like those. I'm not a big Bordeaux fan, so for me, I would pick a Rhone or a deep Burgundy, something like that. Bordeaux's tend to be overpowering, I think. So I have some sort of wood's ears here. I've got some old-fashioned button mushrooms that you get in the store. And these guys, I'm not even sure what they're called.
I would like one.
So once we get that done, they cook a little bit more. You want to really roll them around in the shallot and the butter. Everybody still hearing me okay? Susie, you have a question? Somebody, oh, you want to see? Somebody have a question? Oh, you guys are just getting...
It's starting to smell really good.
Is it? It should. It should, yeah. Well, the different kinds have a whole different scenario to it. So I would cook that down, you know, again for about, I think in the recipe I said 10 or 15 minutes. And you just really want to cook the mushrooms a little bit just to get it, you know, kind of get it done, get them soft. And I haven't had this much attention since the cops pulled me over last week.
feel like I'm cooking with Julie Child all of a sudden.
Huh?
I feel like we're cooking with Julia. You've got a
It's
glass of wine going.
I don't usually do that. I always, it's, you've seen that thing that people have in their kitchens. Of course, I cook with wine. Sometimes I even put it in the food. I'm not sure what the boiling temperature of sherry is. If water is 212, but at 180, the alcohol's going out the window.
And then you just try to get it done at 2/3.
Yeah, I've got that on high. I wish I had gas, but well, I don't. Let me rephrase that.
Everything smells good.
He's the only one that ever wishes that. Kevin, we ran out of the recipe sheets. Is there any way that these people can get the recipe online?
What I'll do is I'll put them on the website.
Fantastic.
I can't do that today. It'll be tomorrow or Monday till it gets posted on the site, but that's what we'll do.
Okay.
And I'll tell them to put it under the news section. So if you go to the website and go into news, we'll put the recipes there. Okay?
We're doing 2 different dishes, right?
We're doing 2 different dishes. We're multitasking.
I will reiterate the dishes. So while he does his thing, we have the mushroom and poached egg a la pavillon, a poached egg with a wild mushroom cream sauce and pancetta, and then we have a baked tomato Neapolitan. It's baked stuffed tomato with sausage, pesto, and fontina cheese.
Okay, we're going to start that now because I'd like to get the tomatoes in so they're done. So I put the sausage on there, eh? A little bit of sausage. I've already salt and peppered them. You don't have to buy, fancy grated cheese for this. Just buy the stuff that you get in the store. It's thick cut. We buy it thick. So I put a little spinach on here, and that guy just does not want to cooperate. So a little fresh spinach. Maybe some oil to help it stick. And then again, cheese. Boom. And then on the top, in the middle goes. You can try to line them up the way they were. It's sometimes a little bit difficult. Like that. I've got some pesto right here. We make our own pesto. Sometimes we buy it. Pesto is pesto as long as you get a good quality. Pesto is nothing but pine nuts, basil, and olive oil all blended together. A little bit of garlic. We actually get one. This one doesn't have nuts in it because people have food allergies and stuff. And it's better not to have the nuts in the pesto because it actually cancels out 2 or 3 things on the menu that you can't have if you have a nut allergy. So a little pesto on top, more cheese. Put the tops on, top your bread, and a little bit on the side.
Oh, that's really good.
That looks delicious.
Okay. And then get your poached egg. Give yourself some room right on top. And again, I would garnish that with a little bit more green, and I wouldn't use a green plate with a brown sauce, but there we are. And you can see, well, you will see, I cut that yolk.
Oh, wow.
Off you go.
That looks really great. Thank you so much.
Here, we're in the front of our booth. People are just starting to show up. It's pretty cool. It's the NA Seacoast.tv booth. Annie, we got the whole crew in here.
There you go.
There's Matt and Ben. Come on, Ben, get in here. There he is. So come on down to our booth, NA Seacoast.tv.